Well, I thought you might be interested. Our van's 12 years old now and starting to get a bit dated. And whilst we've upgraded all of the appliances like new fridge and washing machine and you name it, the interior 10-12 years ago was very different to they are now. So I'll just give you a bit of a look at what it used to look like, and then I'll show you what we renovated it to, and I'll show you how to do it and how to apply the vinyl. So you might get something out of this, hope so. So have a look. So this is what it did look like, or still does look like in here. This is in the bedroom. I had all this timber panelling. It's so dated now. So I know you all would have seen this sort of thing before, but it was really starting to irk me. I thought you can go out and buy a brand new caravan, but then I thought, well, we've upgraded everything in this van and it's a really comfortable van. It's 23 foot long and it's sort of got everything we want. And now that we've redone all the appliances, it's basically brand new. It's just the interior wasn't up to spec with how it should be today. So I'm just trying to give you a good idea of all angles. So I will show you before and after in this, but I think the most important thing is that I can show you how to apply the vinyl and where to buy it from and how you buy it and whatever. And it's much better than painting because it also protects this surface big time. Now what I'll do, I'll just give you a bit of a demo on how I've done the vinyl. So I'm just doing it on this door, but this is how I've done it on the whole caravan, all the bits. If you learn a few of these easy tricks, it'll make it super easy for you to do it. So what I do is get a bit of masking tape and just put the masking tape, center it up and just put it somewhere along the middle. It hasn't got to be exact, but wherever you want to put it, just put that along the middle always. And the best masking tape is just the cheap paper type one, like you can see there. Then what you can also do is just tape the end down. Just get that roughly in place too. Okay, then what I'm going to do, once I'm happy with that all being square, I might just move that a fraction. Okay. Then just grab this and just peel back half of it, one side of it, which is always fun and hard to do, but never mind. So just get that and just peel that right back. See, that just stops irrigates the tape, stops it going any further. And just get a knife, just cut the backing paper off. Okay. Then what we're going to do is get a squeegee. Now, what you want to do, these are the 3M squeegees, and I used to have a sign business years ago, and these are the only ones to use. They're so good. You use the felt side. So all you do then is just grab that, and you don't pull it. Whatever you do, don't pull it. It's just gentle, and you work from the middle down that way, and then that way, and just work your way along, just letting it fall. I'm not pulling it at all. I'm just supporting it. Beautiful. What we do with the other one, then just take this masking tape off. Just flip that back. Same sort of deal, just pull the backing paper off. Now if I'm doing a big area, I actually leave part of the paper on there for a little while. And just get it even, you don't want wrinkles in it. The same thing, just gentle. From the middle, that outside, outside. Peel the paper back a bit more. So coming down here to slide down to the outside, to the outside. Now I can actually take that right off and just support it like the other one. That way, that way. That way, that way. That way. Now you might find you've got a couple of tiny little bubbles in it somewhere. Don't worry about it. Easy as anything to fix. So all you do, get out a blade and you prick the edge of it. And you won't be able to see these on there, there's only a couple on here anyway, but you prick the outside edge just with the smallest little dot. You don't need to hold anything. And then with this squeegee, just push that towards where the air is, and all the air just comes straight out. You end up with nothing. Just go like that. You can use your finger, I do that sometimes. Another little one there. Done. So it's so easy to do, so give it a go, because that's how I've done the whole caravan. Now with the vinyl, this vinyl is a really cheap one, it's used for the cupboards. But honestly, if you get a good vinyl, you want one with a good strong backing paper. So I'd recommend only buying it from one of the big companies. I bought 45 metres and it's about 900 wide, that's what it comes in a full roll. It was only 187 bucks. So I'll let you know the details. I'll look up who I got it off and let you know, but the heavy backing paper makes it so much easier to apply, a lot easier. This stuff's harder. But if you just do everything that way, whatever you're doing, divide in two, do one side and work from the middle to the out, middle to the out, just gentle, you just let it flop down. So this is the end result, and I think you'll all agree that she's sure updated the old girl a fair bit. Well, I think so anyway. Love it, so much brighter. And it wasn't that hard to do, just give it a go. Like, as I said, the vinyl is the biggest thing to buy a good quality one, and it's not expensive, like just to put all this on, but it actually gives you a much better finish because this is all waterproof, totally waterproof. Anyway, I'll just show you out in the main area as well. So this should give you a bit of an idea of what the rest of the caravan looks like. So I'm wrapped, really wrapped. Yes, it was a lot of work, but so much better. So I'm sure you agree it is worth the effort. As I said, you know, for the cost of the vinyl, and this is waterproof, and it's just the best thing to do. It actually works out a lot cheaper than painting. And just always remember, like even this whole big sheet that I did, just remember with doing all of that, I sort of cut it out to size, and then all you do is tape across the middle here, tape it all into position, but then you just fold half down and then just gently lever it up, squeegee from the middle to the outside, and just work your way up. Just let it fall, don't stretch it. And it's just great to do. And even on these corners, it went over these corners, that had like a brownie covered moulding on there, and the vinyl just adhered to that really well. I started off, I undercoated it, but didn't worry. But you know, I bought grey paint to do the cupboards, and to give you an idea, 2 litres of the grey paint tinted to the same colour as the grey vinyl that I bought, that cost me $83. All the vinyl was $187, and I've still got plenty left over. So that's 45 metres by 900 wide. So it's also 100% waterproof. So that's the other thing that I really like with that timber shit that was on here before. That's horrible stuff. Just tends to delaminate in time and the top layer comes off. So if you think you're doing caravan makeover, do it, and just message me if you want to know anything else in the YouTube video, and I'll try and help you as much as I possibly can. Hope you enjoyed and get something out of this. So I'm going to show you a summary on the vinyl that I sort of bought and whatever and what to do. First, you've got to get a block out vinyl. Now, some vinyl has like a greyed out backing to it, and that stops anything underneath coming through and showing through the vinyl once you put it on. And you definitely need a permanent vinyl. Now this one that I put on the caravan, a lot of them will have like a rating of 3 years or 5 years, but that's all for external use for signage. So don't worry too much, because internally it's going to last forever. It'll outlive me and outlive the caravan. As I said, the most important thing with the vinyl is 2 things. One is the heavier weight the vinyl, I find, is actually the better. Now to give you an idea, a piece of paper is 80 GSM. The vinyl that I used here on the van is 145 GSM. So that's double the weight of a normal piece of paper. And that's still fairly thin in a lot of ways, but what is really important is the backing paper. And as I said, look, I think the one that I use is 160 GSM, so you really want to check that out, because the cheap grey vinyl that I got only had a backing paper like this, and that was just for the front of the cupboards as I showed you. But what happens with a thicker paper, it's much easier to curve it like that, and when you're applying the vinyl, if you can curve it under and it's a heavier one, it just makes it easy to squeege as you go along, because it'll actually push this backing paper as you squeegee across, and just stops it dropping down and hitting the surface that you're applying the vinyl to. Now, with the width of the vinyl always comes in rolls for commercial use that are 45 metres long, and they're usually 1200 wide or 900. Definitely get the 900 for a caravan. It's actually a fraction over, it's about 912 or 914 or something. And get a full gloss finish. And the thing I really like, where a lot of people paint the inside of a caravan, usually you'll use this day and age an acrylic paint, and even a full gloss acrylic paint isn't that shiny. So the vinyl is super shiny, and it's also, as I said, very waterproof. The tools that you need, you'll need a Stanley knife, you'll need masking tape for the vinyl, and also a smooth masking tape for where you're doing edging for your paintwork for around mirrors and the cupboards, because we've got LED light cupboards across the top in the main area in the caravan. The paper masking tape is much better for actually applying the vinyl and just holding it up in place and doing that strip across the middle that I said. Where the smooth masking tape that I just bought some from Bunnings, for example, is much better for actually painting over. And the last thing is that squeegee. That little 3M squeegee, they're fantastic. Don't get one that's too big, because you can get them felt covered that are about that long. The 3M one's only quite a small one, but it's just a really good, useful thing. Well, I really encourage you to give it a go at doing the vinyl makeover at the caravan. It took me about 3 weeks in total. With the vinyl, this is where I got mine from, which was a Hewlett-Packard vinyl, but I'd also recommend you try Halifax Vogel and Avery. They're both commercial suppliers and do excellent quality vinyls. I also purchased the cheaper vinyl from eBay, and the squeegees are readily available from eBay as well. I think they're called Oz Sign Supplies. So please subscribe below. I hope you enjoyed this. As I said, message me if you want to know anything about in particular, just to clarify anything. Have a good day, and above all, stay safe. Thank you.